Right, hi guys, my name is Gerry. This is the photo chat on Wild Eye. If you are new, welcome. What we do here is a very brief look at some wildlife photography and everything in between. Just a bit of fun and games to look at some tips, tutorials, expose some photographers' works, help out, and basically start a sharing community, because for me that's what this is all about. Now on that note, from a social media point of view, I saw an interesting picture this week. I'm going to try and stick it in here for you, where on the one side it says the Facebook version of you, and there's this rock star guy playing a guitar, and on the flip side of it, the real you, and there's this fat bloke with a pizza on his stomach watching television. So, what is in that? It's always interesting to see how people present themselves online, how they, through their images, what they write, who they write to, and so on and so forth. And it's very easy to create a personality, a business, a need for your image, whatever the case is, around how you present you as the brand online. Now, this week I had the pleasure of, we met up, Andrew and I met up with Shem Compian for coffee. Nice chat. We've been chatting for a while online, this, that, the others. Nice to catch up after a while. Great guy. Also, through Facebook, how this originally started for me, last year I met up with Andy Beck, photographer from the US, and this week I finally got my ass into gear and I got Skype set up on the iPad and things, so I caught up with Andy as well. It is such a great thing to speak face to face to these people, whether it's on Skype from the States to South Africa or having a cup of coffee. Wonderful thing. Now, if you are in the Johannesburg area, we are having a presentation, a free presentation on Tuesday evening with the theme being wildlife photography, a Canon perspective. So we've got a guest presenter out from Australia who's going to present around the Canon brand, but specifically how it relates to wildlife photography. Now, it's great to hear that a lot of you guys who I've been dealing with on Facebook and Twitter and stuff for a while now will be popping in. So that's a great thing. We can put a face to a name. Awesome stuff. Still a couple of spaces for that one, so check the website for details if you need more info. Quick one before we move on. Blog post for last week. Now, what I'm doing in these chats these days now as well is we're going to have a flashback last week what the blogs were. In case you missed something, you might want to pop back, and also maybe a couple of ideas of what's coming up in the following week. With being Monday, last week Monday, obviously the photo chat last week went up. There we had some information on favorite destinations where people want to go with photographic expeditions and safaris. Also, I put a quick pick up. Quick pick for me is just a quick one. Find a nice image, I stick it up there with some EXIF info. Maybe you can get something from that. That was a crossing, wildebeest crossing from the Masai Mara going through. On Tuesday I wrote, don't you think it's time to change? Now, there's a couple of things that got that going. Is a lot of the time you can click on a website or a forum or whatever the case is, you can see an image and you'll know off the bat whose it is. Now, that's great to have a style and thing of your own, but you need to get to a point, I think, where you need to start approaching things differently. Try different things without feeling embarrassed about the results, and that's a big problem. How people don't want to try something else because what will other people say? Oh my goodness, doesn't work like that. Try something else, you will only grow as a photographer. It's a wonderful thing. Wednesday, as normal, this is the second time now, it was behind the frame. Valeer Steyn, part of the Wild Eye team, who you'll meet more very soon, some exciting stuff coming up. He does behind the frame every Wednesday. This time he had a framed elephant calf with a few thoughts on his, what he saw, why he shot the image like he did, and so on. On Thursday, I wrote Sometimes the Eyes Don't Matter. Now that's a short one with an image of a cheetah looking away from the frame, from the Kalahari. And you can read, if you look at these websites with tips and tricks and things, they'll always tell you, you must have the eyes clear and crystal clear and in focus and what. Otherwise, you cannot create wildlife images. It doesn't work like that. Check it out. Also had some nice comments from other people who agreed, and they also added their version of animal images without any eyes in it to the Facebook page. So check those out. On Friday was the photo tip. Now this was quite a strange one, and it's something we're going to revisit very shortly. We had a look at spot metering. I used an aromat little container and we put backlighting to it to give you the idea. Now guys, this is a starting point. If you have no idea what metering is, check that one out. I'm going to do a follow-up blog in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to do that again. I might spend a bit more time on the metering, because one of the things that messes people around quite a bit if you're not sure what it is. So we're going to investigate that a bit more. But that was Friday last week. Go check it out on the Friday photo tip. And also, one that I ended off with was, it's a fine line, so let's play nice. Where that came from is, I was listening to the radio on my way somewhere on Thursday, and they were speaking about sports and kids and stuff. Now the reality is, if you're a new photographer, i.e. new kid starting a sport, you cannot just get lambasted and flamed from the top down with negative comments. You need to first be told what's right. There's positive reinforcement and so on, and then it gets to the point where you can say to someone, right, this is not right, you have to fix it. So there's constructive criticism. So what we're going to do is, a lot of comments came back with people saying, that's great, thank you, they're nervous to post their work. You shouldn't be nervous. Find the forum that works for you and stick with it. You'll get to learn from the people, they'll get to know you, and as time goes then, you'll start getting a feel for when they do criticize the image and they offer advice, how to take it. It's not always negative, but there's a lot of guys, and that's where the play nice bits come from, who just, their egos are too big and they just blow people out the water. It's not the way to grow the photography community. So, go check that one out as well. Also last week, I think he made it live on Friday, Thursday or Friday as well. I did a guest post on pics from the wild. Now, Guy DeKalb has been asking for a while, so I'm glad I finally got around to that one. He asked me just to kind of write about where my journey started. So, the photographic journey for me started on the ships, where it is now, how I'm moving forward and things. So that's an interesting one. I'll put the link below this video for you as always. Thanks Guy for the opportunity, and yes, absolutely we'll do it again sometime. So go and check Guy's blog post out as well. Blog, very nice, writes well, awesome images. Then tutorials, as per last week, from now on, all the tutorials will be standalone. Not going to stick them in here so you can go and watch them in the same blog post with the photo chat. It'll be underneath as a separate standalone video. Now, this week, a lot of the time, I've been editing a lot of images the last while from both the Kgalagadi, the Mara, and then I shot some cricket as well the other day, where there's a lot of similar things, and how you can streamline your process without having to go and do everything every single time. So this is a short and very basic one on how to create presets in Lightroom. So if you have a specific look and feel that you like, you can create a preset which you get, basically you click one button and it'll sort that image out for you instead of having to do the sliders on each one of them. So when you finish with this one, scroll down a little bit and watch the tutorial as well. How to create presets. Next week I'm going to look at how to create actions in Photoshop, which is very much the same thing, where you can, instead of having to go step by step by step, you can click the single action that you've created and it'll do all the work for you. So that's a tip, tutorial for this week. Then to end off, now I've started hinting at this on my Facebook page. What is going to happen from the 1st of January, Wild Eye will be running a photo competition. The short version is this. If you go and check my Facebook page, I've given you the short version. I'm going to give you a little bit more for now, and then as time goes, you're going to find out more. The short version is, it starts on the 1st of January 2012. It's going to run on the Wild Eye Photo Gallery, which we'll be launching towards the end of this month. That's December. We're going to have monthly prizes. We're looking at wildlife and nature. So landscapes, birds, animals, anything outside. That is what we're looking for. We're going to have certain images are going to be selected per month. We're going to have international judges who choose our winner per month. The top 3 images of the month that win goes through to the grand final in January 2013. We've got an exciting event lined up. Right. Now, the prizes per month, we're looking averaging at about 3,500–4,000 rands worth of prizes per month for the first, second and third place. At the final event, the first prize will be, now this is the exciting stuff, and I know we're going to get you guys excited for this as well. We're looking at a fully inclusive, fully paid trip for 2 people on a photographic expedition to the Masai Mara. Wild Eye will be sponsoring that one, so we're going to give you the opportunity to join us, 2 people on a full week photographic expedition to the Masai Mara. All your flights, all your everything, all in. That's exciting stuff. Second up, we've got weekends and things away. So 3 nights getaways for 2 people. Exciting stuff. Again, all in. Last up, lots of camera equipment, gear coming up and so forth. I'm still waiting for 2 more people to come back to me that'll make this deal even sweeter. So, it's exciting stuff. It's going to run for the whole year, and we're going to keep on building. This is also part of a community building thing. So make sure that you keep an eye on these videos on the Wild Eye website and on the Facebook page, because that's where we're going to be launching all of this stuff. Like I said, the Wild Eye Gallery is going to go live towards the end of this month, and it's going to be a place where you can not only share your images but then stand a chance to win all these fantastic prizes. So go and check out the expeditions. There's some nice stuff, and you can start dreaming about joining us in 2013 then. All-inclusive pay to the Masai Mara. Get your images ready. We'll be back with more info very shortly. So that's it for this week. When you finish with this, go and watch the tutorial on how to create presets. After that, go over to the Talking Travel blog, also on the Wild Eye site, and watch Andrew's Talking Travel. For anybody with any idea of traveling in Southern Africa, brilliant. Everything from tipping guidelines to comparisons with game reserves, where, what and how. It's a must watch. So that is that for now. As always, you can follow me on Twitter, follow Wild Eye on Twitter. Also, the Facebook pages are up and running. The links are at the end of this video. As always, I look forward to hearing from you. I will see you next time. Have a good week, guys.